Majo John Madden on my balcony in Veracruz, Mexico. The light is just starting to come up. It's about 5:30 in the morning. And I just watched a YouTube clip called Amazing Truck Driver, basically, or something like that. And it shows a guy driving a truck pulling such a huge log that it must have been a protected redwood that they took out under cover of darkness down a road and crossing a washed out bridge with it. It's a long video. I thought it was going to be a brief, but it was long. But it made me so excited because you look at this and go, it's not possible. There is no fucking way you can do that. And I want to drink a toast to making spiritual progress, get off the cushion, do something physically you didn't know you could do. And it's so thrilling and exhilarating. I'm going to give a couple examples of how I've done that. For 4 years I was driving big old camper vans that they didn't mind. They didn't take it personal if I gave them some scratches. And in Appalachia, I went up a mountain in my 6,000-pound Ford Econoline camper van with the big Ford 5-liter engine. And that road got narrower and narrower and steeper and steeper. And when I arrived at my destination, the guy who lived up there for years said, how the hell did you get that rig up here? And I said, I don't know, man. Took a lot of hooting and hollering, but I'm very stimulated, very excited. And I was, because it lets you know you're bigger than you thought. Out of your comfort zone. Out of your comfort zone. A very different one was in Tampico, Mexico. I needed gas for my new, different camper van. And I got it was not 5 gallons, it was liters. It was heavier than a 5-gallon gas can. It was so heavy that when I filled it with gas, I just barely could lift it off the ground. And I was going to try to get a taxi, but could not get a taxi that wanted that big gas can in there. So I had to walk it a half a mile back to where my car was. And there was no way I could do it. I could barely lift it. And little by little, by growling and making a game out of it, I would take it further and further and further, maybe 10 yards, maybe 10 feet, maybe 16 feet. And that night I was on top of the moon because I was a different person. It's like, wow, my sense of who I am and what I can possibly do is different now. So the woman who, Warren Beatty's old wife, I forget, I'll look up her name, who played Diana Nyad in the recent movie about the long-distance swimmer, she said, I've always been a good swimmer, but with a trainer and studying about Diana Nyad, and maybe she spent time with her, I became a swimmer unlike anything I've ever been, and it's one of the best things I've ever done for myself. Yeah, don't call it non-spiritual because it's physical. Sometimes that's the most powerful kind of spiritual progress, is doing something physically that doesn't fit your image of yourself. And you find out you're not who you thought you were. Okay.